I only hesitate bringing it to you, Mr. Ryder, because it's not one of a kind.
I told you I'm not interested in replicas, however cleverly they're done.
Good Lord, it's not a replica, Mr. Ryder. What I meant was that there's a companion piece to this one, which is owned by the royal family.
Of what country?
Why, of England, of course.
Of course. Lily! Maureen? What else have you to show me today, Mrs. Brent?
There's only one of these in the entire world, Mr. Ryder. Interestingly enough, it was commissioned by the Empress Dowager in 1864, and then later presented to the King of Portugal in 1866.
Ryder? Chan has just left for New York. New York? Are you positive? Not positive. My man just saw him get on the plane. How could they let him leave the mainland with those charges against him? Supposedly, there's a witness in New York that can prove that Min is innocent. If he's found innocent by the People's Court, then he'll award the contract for the construction of the steel mill in Shantung to the Canadians. However, if he's found guilty, or if he never leaves New York, then his assistant will take over, and my company is certain to get that contract. It's a $1 billion contract, Mr. Evans. As much as I'm opposed to violence, Min Lo Chan must die in New York.
I just can't get over it.
What is that, Jonah?
Well, we're the same age, but who would ever guess that? Nobody, that's who.
You look very distinguished, my friend.
Oh, distinguished, yes. But I can't get over how much younger you look. We went to college together. Did he ever tell you that?
Yes?
I got better grades than he did. Dated prettier girls than he did.
Uh-huh. That's not quite true.
Well, some of the time. I was even voted by my clubs the man most likely to succeed.
And you have. Impressively.
Oh, yeah, I've got a few newspapers and such. But you're not only younger looking than I am, but you're the Minister of Industrial Development for China. And I'm still just a newspaper man.
You are too modest, Jonah.
Well, how was lunch? Very nice.
Is the afternoon paper out yet?
It's on your desk.
Good. Would you mind showing Emily around the plant while Min and I have a little chat?
Oh, I'd be glad to. I'll just get someone to cover the phone, and then I will give you the VIP tour.
You're very kind.
Your article is most flattering. It's my pleasure. Sit down, sit down. Well, there are a million things that I'd like to ask you about China. I hardly know where to begin.
I'll tell you anything you want to know. But first, may I impose on our friendship?
Anything you want, just ask for it.
It's a large favor, and it's for me personally.
Min, as I've gotten older, I've gotten to be quite a grump. And if there's anything I lose patience with, it's beating around the bush.
Back in 1946, before I came to this country, I was an agent for the Chinese army.
You were a spy?
One day, when we were in the region north of Peking, this man came to me with the news that the U.S. Marine station in Qingdao would like to meet with me. He was a school teacher with a good reputation. So I met with the Marines, 3 of them. They wanted to know the size of the army that was marching on Peking, the number of tanks and armored vehicles, for which they would pay me $10,000.
An offer that I presume you refused.
Of course I refused, and that was the end of it, until a few months ago. Jonah, can you help me find those 3 Marines?
Well, 1946, that was That was a long time ago, but, I guess if I contact some of my friends at the State Department.
No. Your government must not know about this.
But, men, if I check the...
I can't take the risk, John. There are people in your government who would like to see me convicted of the charges that will be brought against me.
Charges?
I will be charged with having sold secret information of the Chinese Army to the U.S. Marines. And I will also be charged with having robbed and killed the Chinese school teacher that brought us together. If you are thinking that you don't want to be involved, I understand.
Men, you were always very good at calculus in college and chemistry and physics. But as I recall, you were never very good at reading minds. I know you. I know you're not a thief. I know you're not a murderer. Of course, I'll help you if I can.
Thank you, Joe.
Now, how will finding these 3 ex-Marines help you?
They know that I'm innocent. They're the only ones who could give testimony to the Board of Inquiry in China.
I see. So all I've got to do is to locate 3 ex-Marines without involving the State Department. And I think I've got it. Peter Parker did a feature story about a Marine officer a few weeks ago. Maybe he's got it in. Give me Peter Parker.
Major Collins? Peter, how are you? Just great. Listen, I need your help, unofficially. Okay. Now, this could save a man's career, maybe even his life. I need to know the names and whereabouts of those 3 Marines.
That's the only clue in this picture?
No, I know that they were all in North China together. They were in Tsingtao, China, in September of 1946. Their mission was to buy secret military information about Mao's army.
Well, that's better. How soon you need it?
Yesterday.
Yeah. How about tomorrow?
That would be beautiful. Oh, it's also very important that this inquiry not be traced back to my newspaper or anyone on it.
Peter.
Major, please, trust me.
Okay. You were straight when you wrote that article about me.
So you'll call me tomorrow with their names and last known whereabouts?
Right. Tsingtao, China, September 1946.
Very so appreciated.
Who else is in the house with them?
Housekeeper and a cook.
I'm still suffering from jet lag.
What you need is a steam bath. Dry steam. Works for me every time.
What I need is some sleep. You guys figure out some genius plan to knock off the old guy, will you? I want to take a nap.
Okay, the first name on our list is Jonathan Fleming.
I appreciate your help very much, Mr. Parker.
Well, I didn't do much. My friend at the Marine Corps got these names. Now, Mr. Min, I want you to understand that we may have nothing at all on these men here, but if we don't, just look at us.
It seems strange being here in this morgue, as you call it, trying to find 3 men who, for all I know, may be dead.
Okay.
got inside the building.
Well, there's nothing more we can do here. We've got the gun, we've got the man. The only thing we're missing is a motive. Are you absolutely certain there's nothing you can tell me, Mr. Min?
He just got here 3 days ago, Lieutenant. He's on a goodwill trip. I've been in this country for more than 30 years.
Okay.
There will be a complete set of pictures and a story about the mysterious gunman on the front page in the next edition.
Well, if Spider-Man shows up, tell him I need him as a material witness. Otherwise, I can only book the guy for possession of a deadly weapon, and I can hardly hold him very long on a charge like that. I'll be in touch.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Kill the story.
I beg your pardon?
You heard me. I said kill the story about the gunman stalking through the morgue while Min was here. And I don't want anybody talking about it. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Thank you, Joe. You're welcome. And that goes for you, too, Parker. It's never happened.
Well, I understand, but let's be honest. There were only 2 people down here in this morgue, and the gunman obviously wasn't coming after me. Mr. Min, it seems to me like you need round-the-clock police protection.
You're absolutely right, Peter. But I can't afford to attract that kind of attention. My superiors will hear about it. Your government will hear about it. No, I guess I just have to be more careful.
I don't think you understand.
Just drop it, Parker.
Perhaps I should stay at home more. Peter, when you collect the information about the 3 men, will you please come over to my niece's house?
Yes, of course.
Thank you. I'm a little tired, Jonah. Would you mind getting me a cab?
Certainly.
This is Mr. Evans. What happened to my call to Hong Kong? No, I don't want you to call me back. Try it now. I'll hold on.
Wait, 揾邊位？邊位揾 Mr. Zyda?
Chung? Put the boss on, will you?
Evans calling you, sir.
Yes, Mr. Evans. We almost got him, but...
Spare me the details, Mr. Evans. When are you going to try again?
Tomorrow.
Then call me tomorrow.
It was a lot harder than I thought it was going to be, Mr. Zyder. You see, he's gotten involved with one of the newspapers. And I think they're going to get him police protection.
I don't want to hear the sordid details. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Just do it. And let me know when it's done.
That's all he says. Just do it. What does he think I am?
His highly paid trained bear.
Very funny.
Hey, listen, we're gonna need another guy. Woozley's gonna be in the slammer for a while, so we're gonna need someone.
Okay. But this time, get me somebody who's smart, will you?
You got it.
So, you've got nothing to tell me, huh?
Well, where shall I begin? I was born of average parents in a small hamlet nestled in the Pocono Mountains.
Peter.
It was all woods and green, forests and streams. There's wild corn. It was Indian country, you see, and there were signs all over the place of this.
The robbery or the shooting or whatever it was that happened in the Bugle press room yesterday. I heard all about it from Lieutenant Olson.
Yeah, well, we killed that story.
I know. Why?
To save a man's life, Julie.
What man?
Just skip it, okay?
Yeah, well, level with me and I might.
Look, I just don't think it would be safe for you to know about this.
You're sounding ridiculously melodramatic, and I'm sick of you protecting me, Peter.
Well, some ladies like to be protected.
Well, tell me the truth. Then let me decide if I want to be protected or not. We've been through a lot together.
Yeah, I know.
Have I ever let you down? I mean, have I ever breached a confidence? If you've told me to lay off the story and I've agreed to, have I ever gone back on my word?
Okay. The man who was captured is probably an assassin.
I don't know, Uncle. Perhaps you're putting too much trust in Mr. Jameson and his people.
One can only trust whom one trusts.
Now, Uncle, you're getting very Chinese on me.
Very well, my Americans. Whom do you trust?
My family. You, of course. And no one else.
When you get older, when you fall in love, when you have to depend on other people besides your family, then you'll be more trusting.
Perhaps.
Hold it. We'll give them a minute to get comfortable.
Mr. Mann. Emily?
Thank you for coming, Peter.
Yes, well, I got information on each of the three men. Now, it's not very up to date, but at least it's a start.
Very good. Emily, Peter will surely have some tea.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Uncle, were you expecting someone?
Will you please pour the young man a cup of tea?
All right, honey. Kiss your uncle goodbye. Get everybody out of here but the old man. Get him!
That yo-yo jumped out the window.
Well, we got what we came for. Get the ladies out of here.
I'm not leaving my uncle.
Better do as they say.
No! I'm not going to cooperate with these killers.
Who said anything about killing? All we want to do is ask him a few questions.
You tried to kill him yesterday, and if it weren't for...
Lloyd!
Call the police.
Who are you?
He's Spider-Man, Uncle.
Thank you.
I want the police. It's an emergency.
Emily.
What, did he have a heart attack?
Leave me alone.
But Emily,
He's an old man who left us. You ran away.
No, I ran to get the
Go
police.
away.
Emily.
Just go
I realize how upset you are, but
Give her a break.
I didn't know your uncle had a weak heart.
You're a coward. You left us to be killed. I never want to see you again.
Hey, she's just upset. She's scared. Listen, Pete, I have to get a description of that third man from you. The one who got away, I got it from the young lady, but she was sort of... Pete? Peter?
Rita took Lou Stemple. I'd like you to take this guy. His name is Martin Fulmer. And I'll take Jonathan Fleming.
If I find Fulmer, you want me to interview him?
No, just stick to the telephone. You see, the people who tried to kill Min also have these men's files. Just try to find them, and once you do, let me know as soon as possible.
How long do we have?
I don't know. It'll be a race to see who finds them first. Now, I told Rita that we should all get together tomorrow afternoon and see what we've come up with. So why don't you meet me here outside my building, okay?
Okay.
That's it?
How is Mr. Mann?
I don't know.
Ever check with the hospital?
No. Look, thanks a lot for helping out with this. I'll see you tomorrow, okay?
What about their fingerprints as a way to find these guys?
I already got the fingerprints from the Marine Corps. I gave them to Lieutenant Olson. He should have something for me in the morning.
Peter, it's not your fault that Mr. Min had a heart attack.
Yeah.
Hey, it sounds to me like his heart attack was caused by the strain of those guys busting into the house waving guns around.
Emily blames me for running away.
To get the police. Peter. Good night.
Emily, it's only because I have to prevent anyone from knowing that I'm Spider-Man that I ran away.
You're a coward. You left us to be killed.
If only I could tell you.
I never want to see you again.
I didn't know you had a bad heart, Mr. Min. If I had known, I wouldn't have run away. I swear I wouldn't have run away.
Excuse me. Minlock Chan's room, please.
944.
Thank you. How is he, Emily?
The doctor says it's too early to tell.
I mean, is he conscious?
Oh, yes, he's conscious. And sweet as always.
And furthermore, you've turned this into some kind of cheap farce with your fumbling.
Mr. Zyder, I told you he had a heart attack. A bad heart attack.
How do you know that?
One of my men had a few drinks with one of the nurses who was taking care of him. He's in a bad way.
I want him dead.
I know. We're working on a plan. He'll never leave the hospital alive.
If you ever expect to step foot in Asia again, you will not fail.
Believe it, Mr. Zyder. I won't fail.
What about the photographs of those Marines?
Min obviously is trying to locate the Marines in the pictures.
They're probably involved in the charges of corruption against him. You better find them before he does, and then persuade them not to cooperate.
It'll be expensive.
I want that contract to build the steel mill in Shantung. I don't care about the expenses. Don't you understand that by now?
Okay. And what about the newspaper photographer?
He's obviously trying to help men find those men. Get rid of him.
I'll take care of everything. Goodbye. You get in that hospital ward and figure out the best time to hit the old man. Bertino, you and I have got to go and arrange to buy some confidential computer records. Then I want you to wipe out that photographer. His name is Peter Parker.